Hey YouTube, and welcome to another recording. Guess who made it back to the ranked ladder? Well, you should already know because you clicked on the thumbnail, but it's Dark. Dark has rejoined ranked a bit because I have seen a few of his replays showing up on ball chasing, and I'm always interested to see what Dark is doing because he's an innovator. Whether or not he's the highest rated on the leaderboard or not, he always gives an interesting game. So today we have a couple games from Dark against Spider, and then I believe against Sir G. Is that? I have to double check. You guys will see, of course, in the future. Spider is going to score first, and despite Dark being out of the show match scene for a little bit, he has played one recently on Johnny, so he's not completely out of the ones game, but he has been out of the ranked ones game for a while because I believe when I talked to him about it, he just wasn't interested in that kind of competition. He preferred, dude, he pogos like no. I mean, it's just, we know this already, but even on the celebration pogo, man, he pops it like no other. But as I was saying, he has clearly decided to start playing some ranked as well. He didn't want to play ranked before, but he is working in some ranked ones, and maybe, just maybe, we'll get to see a leveled up Dark. The Dark that once upon a time was taking down the likes of Daniel, as well as a couple other very highly rated 1v1 players. Spider, of course, has been in the one scene for a really long time, a player from Belgium. A great follow if you haven't already on Twitch. You can see he's advertising his Twitch username here in the replay, and for good reason. One's mains certainly have, one's fans mains, I mean, not, no, that was a big miss by Dark. Certainly have no reason not to check him out. Not only is that big miss by Dark not going to get him a goal, but it actually gives a Spider a free goal as well because it was so far off. Had it been slightly more on target, then at least he would have gotten an awkward post bounce, but instead just pure back wall bounce. Just going to set up the counterattack well. We've talked a little bit. If you haven't seen Dark in a bit, maybe it's been a long time. Of course, we know that he pushes the pogo meta farther than anybody else. This is a great shot right here. Not to mention the fact that he's basically just a freestyler who's doing his best to try and win. But his biggest thing now recently is the dashes. As soon as the zap dash became popularized, Dark integrated into his game, and he probably uses even more dashes than the man himself. But last time we checked in, using dashes a little bit too much as he zap dashes right there to chase this ball down. But as the case is always with innovators of the game, they overuse new mechanics, new ideas, until they find the sweet spot. Where can they add all these abilities? Is the kind of thing, the kind of mentality that can get you stuck early in the rankings if you refuse to experiment and learn some new things. Sometimes it is so tempting to just do the easy stuff all the way to ranking up. But it's important to keep a good mix, something that I actually never really did, and I think was in part of the reason why I capped out as early as I did in ranked. Around Grand Champ 1-ish for the past many seasons. Haven't improved in a long time, but that's because I like to give you guys content more now than I like to play. Dark is going to escape around Spider and give himself a 4-2 lead in this match. Going to win this kickoff as he zap dashes his way and wall dashes his way into this possession. A lot of camera movement as he toggles ball cam on and off a ton. Slow dribble. He's going to need probably multiple resets if he wants to bring this to the net clean, or he can drop the ball down. There's no question that Dark has had the majority of possession in this matchup, and that doesn't surprise me too much based on what I know about Spider and how he likes to play. Much more calculated type 1v1 player who is not going to be overcommitting, fighting for possession when a guy like Dark is going to be a madman all over the field. He's going to try and see if he can counter Dark and punish him, which right now might be a good opportunity. So as I say that, my point is proven. Dark into the air dribble, launched the flick directly at Spider. I don't know if he was hoping to just get enough power that it wouldn't matter, or expecting Spider to move out of the way. Dark's going to fake this kickoff. Nobody does it as well as he does, but sometimes even people get reads on his because Spider did not immediately chip the ball at him. He did collect the ball, turn it in for a flick, but the good news for Dark is that it works just as well for him as he is able to counterattack quickly off that. He's going to back off this kickoff. Spider's in a position where he absolutely needs to convert now, and that flick is powerful but too high. There was probably a window to go crossbar down with enough strength. That's what Spider was searching for, but because you have to search crossbar down, it means there's a chance you might just miss completely high and your possession ends, and it's just the reality of these high-level 1v1s where the margins are so slim. Multiple resets from Dark. Oh my goodness. You know you're getting a clip. You know you're getting something crazy every time you tune into Dark. To be fair, the only other player that I could say is consistently like that, no matter what replay I pick up has something nasty in it, is Zen. Whenever we've done that with Zen, he always has something that makes you glad you found the replay. As Dark. Oh, does he get the save? That would be a nutty save. Wall dashing back to recover. But Dark is the other one. Zen has somehow found a way to turn the fact that he's always clipping also into winning every single match. Whereas Dark is the example of somebody who clips like crazy and has had a very high peak. Nice early touch, but honestly doesn't arrive at the same level as Zen where it's literally impossible to lose. Dark does overextend a little bit, like every real human who isn't a cyborg does when they try and go for this kind of stuff. But we're going to have one more Dark replay coming up next. We've got a match against Sir G. Credit to Sir G and Spider, by the way, because both the replays we have today uploaded by them. Dark, what a great start to this replay. He really loves that wave dash, specifically the zap dash off the kickoff to try and win the race to the boost. In this case, he didn't have to beat anybody there, but you can tell it's something that is born of trying to make sure you can win those. Multiple resets for Dark, and he fell too far away from the ball. It doesn't matter how many you get that far away from the net on the setup. It just turns into a fairly straightforward air dribble. I guess the way it ends up potentially mattering is if you're able to just scare the living daylights out of your defender to the point where they overreact. But if they are able to keep their cool and wait for the ball to move a little bit closer, it doesn't have to be too hard to make a save. And that's only when Dark is getting those resets, you know, all the way out at midfield where you really don't have to be worrying about them yet. So G's going to go low 50. 1-2. Lead in favor of Sir G. I believe that's how Sir G capitalizes it. Yeah, double checking to make sure. Dark going for the double reset. Wanted the backflip into it to be able to follow up, but fell too far away from the ball. Sir G wants the bump. Dark actually just seemed like he went right through it. Normally you see players defending those air dribble bumps over the top or underneath, but man, I think he actually skirted off to the side or something because it looked like he just flew straight through it. Sir G, interesting, giving up on the race to the midfield. Dark's got the landing wave dash and the wall dashes as he free jumps off the wall and falls in front of this play. Seems like he's playing like his car will explode if it slows down. Maybe that's a game mode. You know what? That's probably a game mode Lethamyr has done. Somebody, if you know, tell me in chat. Lethamyr done a game mode where if your car moves too slow, you die. If not, I just gave him an idea. And he better credit me. Dark dashing his way out of getting demoed potentially. The ball was falling to the ground a bit too close for those landing dashes to really be helpful. Nice slot by Sir G. 3-2. I've talked about this before, but I think it's just worth noting. You never know if people have checked out every video of mine before, but you can see players who are working on their mechanics or, you know, looking for every opportunity to work on their mechanics based on what they do after the play ends. Whether that's because a goal was scored and you're flying away from the net, or somebody beats you and it's going to be a few seconds as they bring the ball to the net. But that is when you see what somebody's working on and see how they're doing their best to use every possible moment to try it out. And that is definitely the case with the dashes right now. Fake from Dark put himself back in the lead. That is definitely the case with the dashes for Dark. You see after every single goal, wall dashing, zap dashing, trying to do everything he possibly can. It's always how it used to be with the pogos. You know, he would explode away from the net and pogo off the ground. And I don't know if he's intentionally focusing on getting reps in as much as possible, or if that's just something that he likes to do anyways, so it comes naturally. But I do think it's probably something worth trying out yourself if you've been really trying to get better at wall dashes or zap dashes, or maybe you're trying to pogo off the ground. Oh, that's nice acceleration there, but not quite enough. Make a note to try and do it off of every goal when you're playing in ranked. Right now, it's a 1-goal lead for Dark. And a minute and 45. He was behind the play, but he's going to use some wall dashes to zip right back in front of it. Trying to chase Sergi down. You better believe that Dark's going to be rotating back with wall dashes, but it might have resulted in him bypassing the midfield boost, going all the way to the back corner, which I don't think was the right idea. Probably staying a bit closer to the play. That being said, it does seem like he's given himself a good opportunity now as he has the ball falling just outside Sergi's nets. Half flip should earn him a demo, so minute 11 left to go. We'll see if Dark starts to play his possession slower, or if he will attack like a madman just like he always has. Ceiling level resets. Sergi does have the save, but the key is it's a good enough shot that no counterattack is going to be easily available. Sergi seems like a safer 1v1 player with his free opportunity. What does he do? He takes the ball to the ground, but a couple different times now. Sergi double jumping on the air dribble bump and just putting the ball off the backboard. Definitely a mistake. And then I forget what it slipped my mind. I was in there a second ago, but Sergi made another type of unforced error that allowed for Dark to get a goal. Dark's going to demo him here at the midfield. And because he wants to make every possible play with boost, he's going to go all the way back to the back corner, far away from the play to get 100. He really did not have time to do that, as proven by the fact that he has to use all that boost to get back. Look at him go. It's like, there's no other better way to say it than I said before. It's like his car can't slow down, otherwise he loses the game. Dark. There you go. All these wall dashes, this is what I'm talking about. All this labbing of mechanics that you do all day long. All the dashes that we saw during this match that seemed like they didn't matter. You know, how do they help? They might have even put him slightly out of position. These are the moments that Dark is looking for right here, where he's able to wall dash quickly to this shot. You know, he probably would have been okay without it, but I think just how much better that shot is because he gets there early and shoots before, you know, comes off the wall or he slows down. I think can't be stated enough. That was very helpful to icing this game out, and it does cause Sergi to forfeit. So a 6-3 win for Dark, a couple wins in ranked for him. Maybe we're going to see him higher in the top 100 and a little bit better show match for him. I know you guys have been interested in seeing what Dark has been up to, so here you go. Maybe we'll get him back in a show match soon. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Of course, as always, if you like them, please subscribe.